Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. I thought I'd better do a little video because I've got 3 new pieces of information about Joe Biden come through in the last couple of days. Yesterday I was doing an interview for a well-known podcast program here in Australia, and I was doing it on Zoom, and the first thing that happened when I started talking about Joe Biden was I'd laid out 5 cards, and when I started talking about Joe Biden, literally all of the cards flew up into the air. Fair income, that happened. And there was 2 hosts that were interviewing me, and I said, did you just see that? And they just caught it because it happened so fast. And I had the window open, so I think a big breeze come, but the wind never comes like from this direction. It's never happened before. And you know, I've been on here with the window open for a long time doing readings. So I thought, wow, that's really strange. Anyway, the first thing that I said that come out of my mouth, because I was sort of, you know, halfway in the zone anyway, when I was talking about the situation. And the first thing I said was, well, there's the cards all out the window. The cards have all gone out the window. So that's almost like everything from the past is sort of wiped or something like that. So that was the first thing, and I thought, wow, that's really weird. Then I did the cards, and then the death card came up, and so I thought, yeah, well, death means new beginnings. And so when I was doing the reading, I was actually thinking, yeah, well, that makes sense because it's the death of his old life, and this is a brand new thing, you know. He's been working towards this for, you know, how many years? So many years. And he's always been a bridesmaid, but never a bride. So I was thinking, yeah, so it is a death. It is a death. And he's had so much death in his life, with his family, sadly, passing away. And yeah, I thought that's really sort of weird. So that's 2 weird things. Then the third weird thing was I'm doing the reading and channeling, and I have a vision. And the next thing I see, it's like I'm in a room and there's a floor and there's a trapdoor in the floor. And it's like a dungeon. You know, when you hear about people, particularly women or young girls that have been kidnapped and kept in some creep's dungeon for like X amount of years as sex slaves and things like that. And so it had that really icky kind of slavery type of feel to it. And I was like, oh, I was a bit scared actually. I've got goosebumps now even talking about it. And anyway, next thing, the door opens up, the trap door, and Joe Biden's coming up a ladder with Kamala Harris behind him. And they've been in the dark for so long about something. They come up the ladder, you know, he opens the trap door and they come out and they're free. So that said to me straight away that there's a trap. And they didn't know about this. This is something that's going to happen very soon, because it was literally, in my dream, I was literally like 1.5 meters away from them. When I'm so close to something in a dream, I know that it's soon. So we're talking about weeks, we're not talking about months. So I'm thinking in the next week to 3 weeks, something huge is just going to blow up. And they're going to see how they've been trapped into something that they didn't know about. That's why they're in the dark, you see. If you're in the dark, that's because you don't have all of the information. But the information's going to come out and they're going to see it. The good news, of course, was that he opened the door. They're total pitch blackness. They found the ladder, they climbed up, and he opened the door. So then they're free. So I think that a trap is being laid for them now by, you know, maybe it's Barr with the investigation that he launched yesterday. And they do have, I get the feeling that Republicans have something that they call evidence, but it's not to a legal standard. I did see also yesterday that they were saying that dead people voted, and they have the obituary notices of the dead people. That's not evidence. Anyone can ring up and put an obituary notice in. You know, I know we do that in Australia. That's like an Aussie thing to do. You want to play a joke on somebody and you won't say that someone died. That isn't a joke, but you would say that a situation or something funny died and you put an obituary notice in. That's like nothing unusual here. You know, people put all kinds of weird stuff in the paper, you know, regularly. And so, you know, there's so many cases of when, you know, people have cheated on their spouses and there's a bloody obituary notice in the paper for the marriage or something like that, you know. So anyone can ring up and place an obituary notice. It is not legal evidence. Really what has to happen there is the death certificates of those people have to be subpoenaed to prove that they are in fact dead. Okay, obituary is just nothing. It just makes you laugh, actually. Okay, so I thought, you know, in light of these three things and the fact that, you know, that the GOP thinks they've got some evidence, which they may or may not have, besides the obituary notices, real evidence I'm talking about, I thought I'd do a tarot card spread for you and see what the energies are, general energies around Joe Biden in the next few weeks. Okay, so this month, where are we? Today's the 11th of the 11th, Armistice Day, and it'll be time to have 2 minutes silence in another hour or two here in Australia. Okay, so 11th of the 11th. Let's see what cards come up for the general energies around Joe Biden for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Going with that card there, closing my eyes. Now, what do I see? I see jerry cans of water. This is like stocking up. You know, like a prepper when there's going to be a nuclear holocaust or, you know, some sort of major disaster. You've got to, you know, stock up on supplies and things like that. Okay, so this is happening right now. Maybe it started happening yesterday or today, that the Democrats have become aware that there is some sort of disaster pending. And because they are aware of it, they're stocking up. And this is the Queen of Wands card. And Queen of Wands is a very feminine energy, very motivated to succeed, almost, you know, like shrewd as well. She takes action. This is not just about feeling it. This is about doing stuff. So they're taking action. She's also very practical, grounded in reality. This Bengal or this wildcat down the bottom here, this is like instinctual intuition, okay? So it's almost like they pick it up. Psychically is probably too strong a word, but no doubt there would be some people there that in the Democratic Party that do have some psychic awareness. But it's just like intuition. It's like a general kind of feeling without being able to pinpoint specifics. But their instincts are telling them that there's a trap being laid. You'll see soon Democrats coming out in the press and they'll be saying things to head off the disaster without actually telling you anything. So they're going to choose their words very carefully so that they can then go back and say, well, we said such and such. You know what I mean? Sunflowers in the back. The sunflowers are always reminiscent of the sun. So that's comfort, warmth, security, happiness, insight and awareness. Insight, that's probably a good word that goes with this card is, you know, insight. They have insight that something is afoot that's major. Okay, so look at the general energies around Joe Biden in the next few weeks. Okay, close my eyes now. What do I see? Horn out on the ocean, a ship. And you know those like foghorns? It's all foggy and misty and hard to see. But if you listen, you can hear the foghorn. So although it's hard to see, you know, they've got other senses. They've got other methods that they can use, the Democratic Party, to pick up what's going on. And they're sending out these messages like foghorn noises. So that will be that confirms what I just said about listen to what they say. They'll be putting out messages in the media that will seem a little bit strange because they won't give all of the detail or the context, but yet they can refer back to it later on and say, well, we said that. Okay, the card that comes up is the world is their oyster. Okay, despite whatever, plans are going down, they've got a handle on it. All right, I reckon they know about it already. Today, yesterday, or tomorrow, like it's imminent. And so this gold energy here at the top, this is a very high vibration. She holds a scepter. The scepter is royalty. That's about government. Okay, so they are still in spirit. They have one foot on the planet. So majority of the energy has not filtered down to the physical plane yet. There's only 1 foot on the planet. So we need to get that other foot down to ground the spiritual energy in physical reality, but it's getting there. Okay, so the energy is coming down, and only time will help that process. I hate to say this, it is what it is. That's what Trump said. It is what it is. And all of this energy up in the ether, it's going to be grounded, okay, on the earth. Looking at the general energies around Joe Biden over the next few weeks. Okay, I want to say up to mid-December even. Up to mid-December. What's that card there? That one. Okay, close my eyes now. Shells, cockle shells. And what's the little English ditty? Cockle shells and something shells, pretty shells all in a row. A tisket, a tasket, they all fall down. Okay, this is when you get the bubonic plague. Ring a rosy, a pocket full of posies, a tisket, a tasket, they all fall down. Okay, so this is death, and I don't know, ring a rosy, you dance around the rose bush, dance around something. Dancing around, okay, so that could be like verbally dancing around the subject, but not actually pinpointing exactly what it is. Referring back to these two cards, what I just said before, this is another confirmation. They're dancing around it, okay? A tisket, a tasket, but there's like a virus. Okay, this might be a COVID thing. Whoa, I got goosebumps. Wow, sorry guys. I think there's a lot of information you don't know about, or I don't know about COVID. I've got goosebumps all over me. It's worse. It's worse. They're not, the truth has not come out about COVID. It's much worse. I've got goosebumps all over my body. I don't know if you can see. Probably not. It's much worse. This is going to come out. I don't know when, but it's not going to be months and months. It's going to be soon. You really need to, if you're especially in the Northern Hemisphere, UK, Europe and USA, you really need to take precautions now. Okay, so masks. You must wear a mask when you go out in a hot area. If you've got COVID in your town or in your suburb, you really need to wear a mask. Fair income, this is so serious. Ace of Swords. Make a decision. Swords are always about making decisions. This is a new energy coming in. Biden's team knows about COVID now. They're finding out about it right now. And so you can expect when they get into government, I'll see at the end whether I still think that, but my gut feeling is they will. And you can expect there will be multiple restrictions because this is so very serious. We thought it was serious before. It's much more serious. So new life coming from these decisions. They're going to save people. If this had been let go and nothing done, literally millions of people would have died. I'm not joking, it's so bad. But it's like you dodge a bullet here. I don't know if you have that saying there, but it's like it comes so close to a really bad disaster. It's disastrous enough as it is, but you're going to dodge it. Okay, so new life will come as a result of the decisions that the Democrats make. Isn't it amazing how readings, the way they go? I go in there thinking it's about the trap, you know, and then all this other stuff comes up, nothing about that particular trap. But yeah, just listen to what they say because they know more than they're saying. Okay, looking at the next card, the energies around Joe Biden. He's seriously worried. He's very worried about COVID. Fauci is talking to him, I think. I just saw Fauci's face. So I think he's in consultation with the Democrat Party about what to do. I'm going to, geez, that one's stronger, but this one's really nice. But I'm going to go with the stronger one. Closing my eyes, what do I see? General energies around Joe Biden up to, say, mid-December. Okay, I'm in it's sort of like Switzerland. Have you been to Switzerland? It's quite beautiful. And there's a lot of snow. It could be the French Alps or the Swiss Alps where I am. There's snow, there's mountains. There's a heavy snow over the mountains and there's an avalanche. Okay, so there's an avalanche of information or something's going to come tumbling down pretty soon. The card that comes up is the Chariot. This is about moving ahead. Here she is on the bull's head. She takes the bull by the horns and she moves ahead with her plans. Here are the Egyptian cats from the goddess Bast. And these imply intuition, okay, and almost psychic ability. Decisions to be made. The scepter in the hand again denotes royalty. This is government, moving ahead in government. So despite the avalanches, there's a trap. We're back to the trap because despite all of this thing coming down, all of this snow coming down, there's no damage done. So very little. So you can expect the Trump team to unleash an avalanche of information, and they've already done that with their legal claims. They've got, at last I heard that, I mean this might be out of date because this is like 2 days ago, but I heard that they had 79 legal claims already in Nevada and Pennsylvania, and a few others have already been struck down by the courts. They could take all of this, of course, once they go through the state system, then they go to the Supreme Court at the end. But I've already done the reading on Amy Coney Barrett, and she's not who the Democrats think, the GOP, she's not who the GOP thinks she is. She's not just going to, bend to their will. She's strong. You may not like her for various reasons. I don't agree with her on some things. But she will follow the law, and that's the thing. There's a certain level of robustness that's required in evidence, and so far that hasn't been there. So they'll look at the states and the decisions that the states have made and why they made them, how they come to make them, and they will follow suit, the Supreme Court. So let's see. I've got a question mark that. I don't even feel comfortable. Retract that sentence. They'll look at what the states have done and the reasons they've made the decisions they've made, and that will be the basis for their decision. Okay, I'm happy with that statement. Let's go with that card. So we're looking at mid-December now. General energies around Joe Biden. What do I see? The earthquakes. Oh God, last time I got this, there was like 3 earthquakes. Turkey, Greece, and one of my subscribers wrote, yes, Taiwan. There was an earthquake in Taiwan as well. And now I'm seeing the cracks in the earth, and there's more earthquakes around mid-December. And it's around the time that a major decision is being handed down. Okay, so this might be a legal thing. It's the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of success, especially to do with real estate, investments and business. This is a house, a really big house. In the card it's a blue house, but a blue house. Oh my God, do you hear what I just said? I was trying to say White House, but in reality it's a blue house. So the White House turns blue. Okay, in mid-December, the White House will turn blue. Isn't it amazing how it works? I even surprised myself. Because when I do all these readings, I never know what I'm going to say. So, and I like to be like that because I like to have a completely open mind to allow the messages to come through. 10 of Pentacles, the end of a situation, celebration, money actually coming to Democrats. Well, they're all going to get a rise, aren't they? Personally, they all jump up in their income. So all of these Democrats are going to be promoted. You can see a lot more black women on good money, on good incomes will be coming in from 2021. Okay, the gold, the solar plexus energy, accomplishment, success, are getting a real fatherhood energy around Joe Biden. Does anyone know anything about his father? Because I feel like his father is there guiding him. And I know Joe Biden's a Catholic and he goes to church regularly, like he is a spiritual person. And so, I don't know what his feelings would be, but he's like his father is talking to him. And I think he's talking to his father, to be quite honest. And so I can just feel that real solidity. It's like even though his relatives have passed over, he's still very much connected with them. I've got some American Indians here at the moment. They're doing some sort of dance ritual for the Democrat Party. I don't know what that is. I really don't know where, as far as a group, where American Indians sit with the Democratic Party, or what they think about Joe Biden, but something about him and fatherhood and American Indians are all connected. But they're doing rituals for him to help him transition into the White House. So you can see in this reading, Queen of Wands, the baseball bat, Queen, government, the World, the scepter, government, Ace of Swords, new beginnings and new life. The Chariot, the Scepter, government. 10 of Pentacles, the Blue House. The White House turns blue, government. So looking at this reading, and I mean the cards say what they say, and my interpretations are in line with, my interpretations on these cards in the past. So if you want to say, I read the cards as I want to read them, and it's, these are the cards that come out, guys. If you follow me, you'll know how I read these cards. In the last 18 months, they've come up before. This is not the first time, but they've never come up in this combination, obviously. But, I can't see an alternative, really. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to close my eyes and see what I can see. I seem to be stuck. Oh, my God. I seem to be stuck. Okay. So, what will I do? I'll go back to the board. So you don't need to see me. You can just listen to me. I don't know what happened there. I'll close my eyes now. What do I see? General energies around Joe Biden up until mid-December. Okay, I'm back in ancient Egypt. It's all about the kings of ancient Egypt, the healing energies, the psychic ability. There is a gong. Somebody is banging a gong. Now, when the king comes in, they bang this gong, and all the people are lined up in the street. I think I'm looking at the future, not just the past. I think I'm looking at the celebrations and the inauguration of Joe Biden, when people line up in the street and they're playing musical instruments and banging on gongs and things like that. Okay, what else do I see? I see, oh my God, so funny. I see the escalator. Remember, the escalators come up a few times. So when Trump in 2016, I think it was 15 or 16, announced his candidacy, he came down the escalator, and Melania was there a couple of metres. Like, she didn't stand with him, she stood apart from Trump. And he came down the escalator from on high. This time I see Joe Biden at the bottom of the escalator, travelling up the escalator, and he's on the stage, and he's waving. He's got a big smile on his face, and Kamala Harris is there as well. There's curtains in the background, as there was in a previous vision, and he's waving and he's happy. Now the curtains are opening up, and there's a scene of celebrations on the other side of the curtains. Okay, so I did that video probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago when Trump had to face the curtains, but this time it's changed, and it's Joe Biden smiling and laughing and clapping, and everybody celebrating on stage. Okay, anything else? So we're going to be on tenterhooks. Oh, they just show me a lion. I just saw a lion as well, so that means strength around him. We're going to be on tenterhooks for a few weeks yet, and so it'll be mid-December. It'll be all over Red Rover. Then we'll know for sure. It's almost like the Republican Party are grasping at straws. I will do another video about, the legalities, the Supreme Court, and I'll do another video about the Senate, because they need to have a runoff in Georgia. So that'll be in the next few days. But at the moment, what I'm doing is the horoscopes for December, and I hope to have Taurus up today. Alrighty, am I still stuck? Yes, I am. I'm still stuck. Okay, well, thanks so much, everyone. If you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell right now. Okay, I shall see you all again soon. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.